Welcome back to my Metroid Prime Let's Play. I'm DeoGenZ, and today, we are going to celebrate good times of taking down the Omega Pirate last episode by backtracking a bit and finding some crucial suit upgrades that will really assist you in this next final fight. All we have to do is take on the final boss. And we will figure out how to unlock the final boss in the next episode. But before we even get there, did you know that there was certain upgrades to your beams? That's right. There's another ability you can layer over a lot of them. Now, over to my right there, I already opened it up and scanned it. I think that was shown in an earlier episode. There's a spot where you can use a power bomb. You use the Benzium Blasting Bomb to open up a panel to scan, and that will open up the beam gateway below. Yeah, freaking pirates. Trying to gang up on me in tight hallways. I'm not having it! So once you break that down and scan the console inside, and you can only come over here when you have the plasma beam, that's kind of why I waited until the whoa, geez, episode before the episode of which we take on the final boss. That's why I kind of waited until we had all our suit upgrades intact, because these different upgrades will take the majority of the game to complete before you can obtain them. But I'll mention which ones you can get the soonest. I'm thinking that this one you could probably get last, because just in the order of the way we got things, we got the plasma beam last, and this door is locked with the plasma signia. So, switch over to that wonderful fire blaster, and we pick up a flamethrower. That's right. That's freaking sweet. Instead of just powerful charged puncturing blasts, we can prop this thing up to be a pyro's dream. It functions the same way as the super missile. Charge up, and then launch your missiles. Pretty simple, right? Let's move on to the next. Okay, so we are going to this monitor station. It's the main segment. You guys remember this, yep. The place where we originally failed to shoot the turrets in Magmore Caverns. It's accessible very early on. And you know what? We've probably passed over this like a bunch, a million, 1,000 of times. But until you come here with the power bomb equipped, you cannot receive this next beam upgrade. Which this time, it's for our ice cannon. The ice spreader is ours! So, same sort of thing. Charge your ice lasers! And then blast them with a missile. And that will activate the ice spreader. Oh, one stipulation I want to mention with the flamethrower is you have to hold down the missile button to continue the flame onslaught. So now, back in the Chozo Ruins, this is the, I would say, first suit beam upgrade overlay that you can obtain. All you need for this one is, oh jeez, not to get killed by Chozo ghosts, which are really not even going to phase us right now. They haven't even hit me once. It's not worth doing. All you need is the boost ball, you need the spider ball, and the space jump. Oh, and of course the super missile, but by that point, when you have the boost ball and spider ball, you'll be able to go here because you'll have all those other powers overlaid on your suit. So this time, we're going for the wave beam. And these are all completely optional, obviously. You know, there was nothing that said you need to open a door with a flamethrower instead of a plasma beam. But I still think of them as really freaking awesome. And, oh yeah, I forgot. Now that we have the gravity suit, which is still intact even though we have a Phazon suit currently on, you can grab this thing. The artifact. So that's why earlier on when we came to this room I had to quickly exit out, was because we didn't have any of the proper suit upgrades to do anything. At the time, we probably would have had the ability to get this next upgrade for our beam, but I didn't want to be unbalanced with one weapon. I want to have all the upgrades at once. The only shame about these upgrades, I will say, is that for the majority of them, they come way too late in the game. Okay, yeah, you can go get this one first, and it's not too late in the game by the time you have the spider ball and the boost ball, but still. The other awesome weaponry, like the flamethrower and the ice spreader, all those things aren't accessible until way later in the game, when you're almost done. I mean, we've got literally, like, 3 or 4 episodes left before this series is done, and just now we're able to access these weapon upgrades. So, I would have said, probably place these somewhere earlier in the game so you could enjoy them sooner, but even so, they're going to help out tremendously for the next fight. And this would be the reason why you need all those missile tank upgrades, which I am not going to obtain. I think, quite frankly, the amount of missiles we have is just plenty. But if you want to maximize your beam capacities, I would suggest getting all those missile tanks. Hey, you! You down there! No, not in the game. Real life, cats. Oh, cats. I get wires upon wires upon wires. If you didn't notice, I've been using a condenser mic for the last couple of episodes. It's a new toy I obtained after saving up my money through full screen, so shout outs to all you guys who watch and share and like the videos, because that actually funnels back into this thing, into tangible goods. So hopefully you've been enjoying the heightened quality of sound. I really didn't want to say anything because I wanted to see if somebody was perceptive enough to say, hey, Dio, you're making a lot more expressions lately. I gotta say, your mic quality's awesome! And I won't know that because this is all uploaded in bulk, so here's hoping. But cats, man, yeah, cats. Doesn't matter what upgrades we get, they don't respect it. They don't fear the flamethrowers, they don't give a crap about the ice spreader, or this next upgrade we're about to obtain. Now, one word of advice is those sticky things on the wall, those circular eyeball, flapjack-looking things, the scrying-gold omelets. If you hit them, the columns will not break. Therefore, you cannot further progress up this thing. So try and avoid them, otherwise you're gonna waste 5 missiles each time you unload. But when you do successfully shoot down the columns, the Wave Buster is accessible. A very awesome upgrade. I dig it. And now, since we do have so much more time left in this episode, why don't we go get some of those more obvious missile tank upgrades and energy tank, power bomb expansions, all those things. Because, bam! All you need now is a little plasma. All you need's a gun. All together now. All you need's a gun. Gun. With lots of fiery fun. Alright, now this can be fractured because it's cordite with a super missile. Then we can use our wave beam on it. Right? No. It's not glowing orange. Why is that? Oh, right. Okay, this is one of those scanning things. I remember that in the Chozo Ruins. I saw one of those icons, thought it was purple, said, oh, purple goes here, purple wave beam, alright, cool. Nope, not so much. That's a scannable token. The nodes that you shoot with your electric gun of wave beam awesomeness that we got the Buster for, those usually are invisible to the naked eye. Now, still in Phendrana Drifts, but in a different segment of it, more towards the Hydra... Is it the Hydra Labs? I don't even know. I don't know which lab is Hydra Lab and which is Aether. But the Pirate Lab that we had to enter through past... it's where we got the thermal visor. Let me just put it that way. That's a good way to sum it up. That area, where at the base door you could use your ice beam to go further into Phendrana Drifts, yeah, that's that segment right here. So we need to do some platforming here. And this upgrade, I'm trying to think. Yeah, this upgrade is not accessible until you get the X-ray visor. So in order. Oh wait, never mind. I'm such an idiot. I lose track of what I'm doing. I'm like, wait, I thought we got all the... We did get all the friggin' beam upgrades, you dipshit. Right now, we're just going after some cool extra goodies. Not to mention, there's a very important artifact around here in the same area. But the first thing you come across is the Power Bomb expansion. As you could see in the last fight that we had with the Omega Pirate, it's very important. Very important. In fact, I think that's what saved us. I really do. So remember this area where we could go into the little segment that was filled with lava and we could get eaten up by those morph ball bomb absorbers? Well, I totally forgot that you need the thermal visor here, which is weird. I mean, I used the scan visor all over everything and I didn't switch to thermal, but when in doubt, when you can't figure a puzzle out, switch up your visors, and that will usually give you some inkling as to what you can do. Now you'll notice we didn't get that artifact that I mentioned in Phendrana, because I'm going to take all of next episode to obtain every single one, not in any specific order, just the order that I picked them all up in, so it doesn't really matter. But again, it's a situation of don't even bother with the Chozo artifacts unless they're super obvious to obtain. So in the case of the Sun Tower room, the Sundial room, where we got the Wave Buster, all we literally had to do was do a space jump. And because of the gravity suit, it was no problem at all. To get that other artifact in Phendrana takes more platforming, power bombs, X-ray visors, just overall annoyance. And since this is the upgrade episode, I figured, why stress ourselves with such a thing? So in this time puzzle, as you can tell by the jingle that's in the background now, you have to go around in your morph ball through these catacombs and successfully complete scanning each of the consoles in order to chain the events together to cool down the lava. Now, if you fail to do it in time, I'll be honest with you, I really don't know what happens. I don't know if all the lava comes back, or if only the last lava comes back. But the main point of that is to obtain an energy tank. So it's a great suit upgrade, and definitely will be pivotal in this last encounter. Okay, so right now where we are is the Talon Overworld segment, where you can enter through Phendrana Drifts after beating Thardas. If you remember that, you can reference back to our old episodes. I'll even annotate and link. God damn it, you better remember, Dio. I hope I do. But all you need for this is the X-ray visor. See? How cool is that? Standing on an invisible platform, you can tell it's there because of the rain. But those little attention to details are awesome! Because I think that you could theoretically come over to this area without the X-ray visor. There's nothing the X-ray visor really does other than show you the way to go, which platform to step on. You know, it would be very hard to judge where it is just by looking at it. But I bet you could do it seeing where the rain stops falling. So on the next run, we'll make a Chozo artifact run. Sounds like fun, huh? Backtracking!
Studies of Metroid biology continue, though with limited progress. It seems likely that we will be much more successful using Metroids for our means rather than trying to reproduce their powers. If they could be adequately tamed, we would have no need of a proper understanding of their metabolism. A small force of disciplined Metroids could wipe out entire armies, and once we find a way to shield them from cold containment weapons, they will be invincible. Furthermore, if we could then harvest the energy they'd consume, we would have a near limitless source of power at our disposal.